Yep, there's no one else to play. So let's hop on some Animal Crossing. If anything, I can at least show where my place is at the moment. I can just chill. I've been playing this game off and on. Not as much as I used to, but I still play it. I'm live, right? Yeah. Although everything's gonna be closed, I think. Museum rally? Oh wow, I missed you for like 3 months. This place never has anything good. I don't know why I still dig up fossils. I think I pretty much completed the damn museum. hell? It was red actually here? That's rare. I think I've only been in his ship like once. Oh wait, oh. And so far, like 4 out of the 4 things I bought from him have all been fake. What? The thing is well, I can tell this one is fake. At least I think so. Yeah, like the makeup on the eyes doesn't look right. I'm gonna try and buy this one again. This one looks okay. I mean, I already bought this one just the other day, or like last week or something. And it was fake. So maybe I'll get the real one this time. I don't know. I suppose I could bring up the paintings, like a website or something, and be like, hey, what are all the real paintings? And compare it. But I'd have to do. Probably not. You speak to my soul. Oh, I was about to say I don't have any golden flowers. Here's some more golden roses. get a lot less weeds if every square inch is covered with flowers. Fair enough. Assess my fossils, which are most likely everything you have already. Thought so. Like, seriously, I've given him so many fossils, and he's like, yep, I already got them. I'm pretty sure I filled... At this point, I had to have filled everything in that. What's weird is I've been kind of tired all day, and like, I fucking slept nice yesterday. Maybe I slept too long. So there's 3 stamp places here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we are. Fucking Atlas moth. A one Atlas moth. I know they don't really do anything, they just kind of stand there. Just like the big ones are the females.
Thanks for following.
Good God, scared me. Oddly, it doesn't say anyone's watching. At least not on my app. Oh no, it says there's a viewer. On Twitch there does, but not in my Restream app. Here's another stamp station. Oh, here's the other one. Seems to be a fourth one down there. £10 if you can name the tune. Yeah, I am missing a lot of this stuff. Mostly because everything I buy has all been fake. So, like, I haven't been able to, like, expand this at all. And since you can only, like, buy one item when red is there, and I've only ever seen them twice now. So it would literally take me like several years, at least, like several years of playing this game in order to get it all. But he is in Harv's place, so I would have to take a plane ride to that, like, bizarre, like, area and buy one each day and hope that it's real. Now, dinosaur bones. Dinosaur bones I got in spades, man. I also got them using spades. Yeah, so I got everything. I'm surprised a bunch of Christians didn't make a fuss about this. Some really hardcore devout ones just really don't believe any of this happened, even though we got all the science to back it up. what's the last one? Extinction spot? Oh. I am missing one. I'm missing one piece from this one. Brachiosaurus. Huh. I figured I would have gotten them already. Apparently I'm missing that one. That's probably literally the last piece I'm missing. I guess I needed to dig up more fossils. Pond, coast, and deep. Yeah, I haven't been fishing much. Yeah, I do have a lot of fish though. A lot of fish, a lot of bugs, just like no art. Yeah, like this one right here. Like these, pretty much everything in these things right here was a bit. I remember that. So that's what the fourth thing is. Do I even have that many spots left? Okie dokie. Apparently I got multiple of these. Did I not get the fish one? No, I got the fish one. Oh yeah, there. The Happy Home Academy. Like, I've never gotten, like, the final one on that, for whatever reason. This is like the third time she's dropped by. And she keeps bringing peaches. Basically, Anka comes by and she wants me to dig into her peach. You don't learn everything just by looking at someone's room. Is that true? Maybe. Maybe. I put a little time into making my rooms. Yeah, this is where I bring villagers when they misbehave. Give them a talking to. Totally normal room. My bedroom. Don't ask me what that's about, because I don't know. You like watering my flowers? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, I guess you are. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. We got a lot of new golden flowers. Golden roses. My goal was to make all of this entire area down here, just nothing but golden roses. What if I plant? What if I plant a golden thing and a golden? Does that do anything? Got a bunch of new ones this time, huh? By the way, this is how you farm for golden roses. You put them in this pattern, you water them with a gold watering pan, and then that's it. And you just keep doing it. Just keep doing this. You can see I'm starting to run out of space for all my golden flowers. money tree. Couldn't find any green flowers, oddly enough. Yeah, the money tree wasn't growing. I think I went a wee bit overboard on the designing of my house. It's just a little overboard. Yeah, I also watched like both of like the South Park COVID things because Sonic, the Sonic 2 movie is on what is it? It's Paramount Plus. So I figured I'd get it for that, but I ended up watching all the South Park stuff. And it's funny because they make fun of Butters for trying to sell NFTs, right? Because obviously they probably don't like NFTs. But the fucker still made billions of dollars. He still made billions. So like, yeah, they made fun of him, but and they locked him up in a mental hospital and all that. It's like, okay, yeah, joke. Joking, whatever. It's South Park. He still is a billionaire. It's like, you make fun of someone all you want, but if they're a billionaire, who the fuck cares? They kind of gloss over that, and it's like, and then they say like, oh, it's like a fly-by-night. It's that old thing, like fly-by-night scam or whatever. It's not. There are some scams, yes. As with all things in life, there are scams, of course. But if he was successful and people were actually buying it, then it wasn't a scam because people actually wanted it and they bought it. And if they was actually worth something and people were actually selling it, because that's how, you know, you got a commission from it all, then that means that they were doing their purpose and they were being traded, which means that they weren't a scam because they only have value if people feel they had value. So it's like, they weren't a scam because they would have had to have been around for a long while. So it's like, okay, a bit hypocritical, but that's usually what, and if like anti-crypto people are, they're extremely hypocritical, and they usually don't know what the fuck they're saying or understand any of it. And they even mention that it's like, oh, it's like, they even use that as like a talking point. It's like, fair enough, whatever. It's like, but here's the deal, if it was a scam, like, why were they using it in the future? If it didn't work, then why were they using it? It's like, he was using Bitcoin for everything. It's like, yeah, because it'll be around. It'll still be there. And if it didn't work, then they wouldn't use it. But it was working. They just tapped his phone on a thing and it fucking worked. What do you know? It's like, so while trying to make fun of cryptocurrency, they proved that it was like a viable option. It's funny, but like, whatever. It's like, I just found that kind of funny. It's like, alright, sure, make fun of it all you want, but like, it'll still be there. Like, it ain't going away. And it's going to work better than what we got, because it does. It already does. Although, you can make the argument that Bitcoin isn't the best one to be using for that. And there is a lot of arguments that Bitcoin is like, it shouldn't be used for payments because of the transaction time being so slow unless you're on the Lightning Network. Like, it should be used as like a bank account, right? Like, or just, it should be used like a savings account. Not to be doing day-to-day transactions. It was kind of built for it, but not really. There are much better chains out there that can do much more transactions cheaper than Bitcoin. Even cheaper, there are some cryptocurrencies out there that can do like more transactions cheaper and use less energy and waste than credit cards. Like, and how expensive it is. It's actually cheaper per transaction. I think it's like the Wax chain, or I forget. There's a couple chains that are actually like that, if were put to scale, would be a cheaper, faster, and less environmentally harmful than using credit cards and using the Swift network. Because like those chains were made for it. Right? That's their whole purpose. Like, there are some that their whole purpose in life is to do that. I don't know. I think it's dumb that people are making fun of it. Because it's just a protocol. Like, it's just a set of code and standards that do a thing that it was made to do. It'd be like for people being pissed off at JavaScript. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, JavaScript does all this thing. It's like, yeah. But it's still just code. Code that you can actually go and look at how it works. Fork it and make your own and figure it, like, truly know how it works. It's not like it's hidden science, it's all there. You can look at the white paper, actually look at the code, figure out how it works, why it works. Not like it's anything special. Like, really, it's not even the tech that's the crazy part. It's just implementation. It's the idea. Because, like, if you wanted to be like, oh, can we make something that you can do a payment system on, the first thing you would ask is like, oh, like, who controls it? It's like, what company controls it? So the idea is to try and get it to where it can't be. And people were struggling that with for years, multiple decades actually. Because, you know, magic internet money, which I think is an actual coin of itself, was proposed and actually used back in the 80s. There were some people that actually sold the tech to, it was like this one guy, he sold the tech to, it was like South Korea or something. It's like, and they used it for their banking for a while, like in the 80s. It's not recent, not a recent thing. I think it's just got like the newness. It's like the fad thing where it became a fad too quickly. So like what happens is there's a large portion of people that automatically hate something because like it just became a thing too quickly. Right? It was too quick. They didn't understand it. It's like kind of what happened with cell phones. Like, people don't know this, but I even had people in my own family that hated fucking cell phones. And they didn't want to use them. They thought cell phones were useless. And didn't need to exist. Actively hated them, right? They thought, like, landline was good enough. And I even had one family member who hated the dials, like the 1 through 9 dials. They preferred the rotary one where you like you moved where it would like send clicks over the line, like the rotary landline, and they preferred that. They always had a phone that was like that. They didn't want wireless. They just wanted one with a cable and use that, and like thought the whole cell phone thing was absolutely stupid, and I think to this day still does not use one. Some people just don't like new tech. The thing that baffles me the most about all this is so many gamers, like my fellow gamers, so many of them hate the idea, and I think I'm not really sure why, maybe it's just our education system is really bad. It's like, I'm not really sure, because you would think gamers would be intelligent, at least in some way, you know, being nerds. I think that it's like, obviously, gamers would be all for the idea, right? It's like, me being a gamer included, it's like, but like, no, so many hate it. It's like, why? It's like, I don't know. Haven't been able to figure that one out. I mean, you know, a whole bunch of other, like, I listen to a lot of crypto podcasts, and like, they can't get their head around it either. It's like, why are gamers so against this, especially when companies are trying to do NFT stuff? Like, maybe we're just so jaded on cash grabs with microtransactions, and people don't want like another microtransaction like rollout, which is understandable. I understand. That is a valid. That's a valid look at. But still, like, an NFT doesn't have to be a picture. Nor does it have to be like arts. Nor does it have to be an in-game anything, right? I think people completely misunderstand what an NFT is. An NFT, in its very like essence, if you really want to get down to it, is nothing but a proof of purchase. It's a receipt, right? So it's like, it's a receipt that also points to the thing that you bought, or like it points to a thing. It doesn't even have to be bought. It's a digital receipt that points to whatever you need it to point it to, be it a picture or other code, and that's all it is. So what can you do with a digital receipt that will be around forever? Alright, like, think of it like that. It's a digital receipt that will always exist. And if you think of it like that, it's like, oh, that's actually really useful. How many times have you bought in some... I have bought in things on websites that no longer exist now. I had a game on the service OnLive that I know that no longer exists. So like, that's I've bought in games that had DRM where the servers are no longer there. The game can no longer verify that I bought it. What if the DRM was attached to an NFT, and the game just checks the wallet to make sure that I own like that thing? Like, the blockchain will always be around. At least Ethereum will be. Pretty sure. At least for the near 10-20 years at least. Because everything that purports to be an Ethereum killer dies within a year. So it's I think Ethereum will be around for a while. So what if instead of it pointing to a server, it just points, like, it just looks at your wallet, and which is always hosted. The game doesn't need to even be connected to anything other than the fact that it looks for if you have this thing, which it doesn't need to be connected to be online to then go and search through a server to do that. It can do that passively, is what I'm saying. Like, you can just link a wallet to it. It's like, this wallet has NFT, boom, okay, I unlock. It's like, it's that simple. It's like, it's a digital receipt. It's now, that's so useful. I find that so useful, where you could potentially buy a game that uses a code, and the code, maybe the game, like, when you buy it, it also sends an NFT to you from, like, the maker, right? And then as long as you have access to that wallet, you just point it to that and be like, the game, like the executable in the game, completely offline. You could do this completely offline too, especially if you had a cold wallet, right? It doesn't. You could be completely offline. You can point it to your cold wallet. And you can look at the cold wallet, and be like, yes, I see that. And this can be done offline. So it could like actively, a game could actively know and look and see that you bought a thing and verify it to itself, completely offline. So it could do basically online verification offline thoroughly and know for a damn fact that you bought it. And you wouldn't be able to cheat it. That's neat. I think that's neat. So it's like, I think, yeah, I don't know. Like, in that sense is where I think NFTs would help gaming. Do they need to be stuck into any game? No. Nah. It's too slow. That's the thing. It's like, it's not meant to be a quick instant thing. It's like, some are, but most of them are pretty slow. And it's costly to move things around on blockchain. So you don't want to be moving everything around every like 10 seconds. So yeah, it's costly. So you want it to be this passive thing. One and done. I have it. It's in my folder. There it is. But yeah, it's just. So I mean, they'll figure it out sooner or later. It's not like I have to be vindicated. Because I already know pretty much how it works. Not on a technical level, but pretty much all the other levels. I know it ain't going anywhere. I mean, people can bitch, whine, and moan all they want. And hell, game companies don't have to use it. It's not like it needs them to survive. So it's like, they can use it or not, it don't matter. It's like, it really doesn't matter. Like, the whole Bored Ape thing can all die and go to hell, and that wouldn't change anything either. Like, the tech is still going to exist because it's just executing code on the Ethereum virtual machine. That's literally all it is, and you can do that in any way. So it's like, you're just executing code on EVM and just telling it to do a thing, and that's what it's doing. That's all it is. You're just, it's like a little block of code. It's like, hey, do this for this. It's like here's something, like, it doesn't even recognize it as an NFT. It's like, here's a block of code. And this block of code says, it points to this object and has these parameters. Like, I don't know, like, if it's a picture NFT, it'll be like, you know, gold background, this and that and all that, and that's it. That's all it is. I don't just find it funny. People think like so many people are like vividly against it, and it's like, okay, whatever, man. I've lost friends for merely stating that I thought NFTs were okay. People can be really dumb sometimes. Like they thought they were all high and mighty. It's like, I think it was one of Miss Switch's friends. And then I think Miss Switch unfriended me, and their friend unfriended me. It's like, just for merely stating that, I thought there was like, it was an okay technology. It's like, I'm not even like 100% like for it. It's just, I think the tech's neat, right? It like, it can do some cool things. It's like, and then it was going on about the whole environment thing. It's like, which has been disproven. You can't tell people that. But yeah, it's like, wow. It's like the whole Trump thing. It's like, there's a lot of friends that got lost over that too, so I don't exactly feel too bad about it. Like, people were like losing friends over just like not liking a person or liking a person. So the whole NFT thing is just that level of stupidity. That's really all it is. Just stupidity. But like, if you look online, there's a lot of us that are into crypto that, yes, will try and defend it, but you don't really see them defending it that hard. Like, pay attention to that. If you ever noticed, the people that are against it are super against it, but the people that are for it are just chill about it, generally. They're like, yeah, it's like, we'll defend it because it's something we're passionate about, sure. But you don't see them like fervently defending it, usually. You ever wonder why that is, huh? Because we already know that it's going to be like the next thing. It's like it'd be like cell phones were just coming around, like the smartphones were just coming around. It's like people were really against that. People forget that. People were against smartphones, man. They fucking hated it. There was a lot of people that hated smartphones. Thought it was the dumbest thing. It's like, and smartphones had big old lithium batteries in them, right? They got huge lithium batteries. Environmental disaster, because people are changing smartphones like every 6 months to a year. Like, and that shit will just, or they'll get broken or they get thrown away. It's like, that's an environmental disaster. That is much worse, because that stuff leaks, like that lithium, if not properly like recycled, like leaks into the water, and that is some, like, lithium is nasty shit, right? I don't hear a peep from any of those people, like, because, you know, tweet from iPhone, all the crypto haters. It's like, bro, it's like you're tweeting from an like, the amount of energy and like production costs that goes into making those things, on top of being an environmental disaster. You're tweeting from that, explaining about how this other thing is such an environmental disaster. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's like it's like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, hypocrites, all of them. Everything we do is a disaster. That's why everything's going to shit. The only people that could bitch about cryptocurrency are Amish. Alright? Because that's true sovereignty, right? But you would need to go to that level to get sovereignty these days. You would need to, like, barter with gold, use horse and buggy, and own your own land that you don't pay taxes on because you own it and it's yours, and no one else owns it. And if someone tries to take it away, you beat them to death with a shovel, right? So that's sovereignty. That's what cryptocurrency attempts to give people back in the digital age. That's what it is. So, yeah. Sorry for my long ass rant, but the whole scam thing, and all this gets very annoying. I just feel like I have to repeat myself and quite often with it. And people don't have to be for it. It's like, we don't want to see fiat go away completely. It's like, the whole thing is it should be a choice. It should be like, you could use a dollar, or you could use crypto. Right? It's like it should be a choice. So like the dollar probably isn't going to go away, although it probably will depeg in the next 10-15 years from being a petrodollar. I think China's going to take it next. Because really, I think it's only like the fiat in the system that we have only lasts for about 100 years. And we're about 10-15 years past that point. We got depegged from being on gold from like I think Reagan or something like that. We had to convince the Saudis to use our dollar. Forgot how we did it. I think we gave them really good deals or something. Like we really did a lot of marketing and be like, hey, you know, if you use our currency for all your oil, we'll give you damn good deals. So they took it. But here before too long, China's gonna have that. China's gonna have that money. Or hell, Russia. Russia's attempting to do it now with forcing everyone to use the rubles in order to get their gas. So like they're already attempting to make their own petrol dollar, which is the ruble, the petrol ruble. Very smart. Scary, but smart. So that's a definite possibility. Russia could be the next petrol dollar. The point is we're not going to have ours for very much longer. We can either let that happen, or we can have cryptocurrency be the global currency instead of a nation owning the petrol money. The petrol money was just tied to a crypto. That was loud. Flaming hot Mountain Dew. Yeah, I've had it. Pretty good. I like it. I'm just ranting to myself about currency. So $129,000 is what I got right here. So every couple days I can get 129,000 bells. Roughly. With my current level of gold roses I got. waiting for this to get over here so I can drop it. Nah, that's not even worth it. Yeah, as I was saying, it's like I watched the South Park COVID thing, and it was dunking on NFTs, but not really. And I got into a whole rant. Oh, another one. Because like Butter still apparently made billions. So it's like, is that really dunking on it? I mean, if he made billions, then he was a smart marketer. So it's, and if people were actually using it, then it wasn't a scam because people were actually using something that they wanted and spent money on. Which is people's right, you know? It's like, I mean, if people want to go to a casino and dump thousands of dollars into that, they can. It's like, it's your money, do what you want. If you make money you're doing it, then there you go. You're just an entrepreneur. Like, that's capitalism. So I don't know why people are so bitch about it. I don't know, just thought it was funny. I just keep giving them gold roses. But I got that shit in abundance. Oh, another thing I can talk about is I want to get into 3D printing. When I get my federal, or whenever I got some other money coming. Whenever I get that, I'm gonna buy a 3D printer. The one I'm looking at, and the one I'm pretty much dead set on getting, is the Ender 3 S1 Pro. It's about $500, which is still pretty goddamn cheap, and it's like one of the higher ends of the hobbyist one. I can print like ABS, PLA, of course. PLA is the standard, but like ABS, PETG, PA. Like the nozzle goes up to 300 degrees C, and the bed goes to 110 degrees C. So you can print some pretty pissy materials with that. I say pissy because they get temperamental. Yeah, it's like that means I could print nylon if I wanted to. Although you have to be crazy to want to print nylon, because apparently that stuff is just hates you and everyone. Nylon hates to exist, and does not want to be printed ever by anyone for any reason. So nylon is an absolute metric bitch, and it just from what I understand. So, although if you can get nylon printed, it's amazing. So it's. I think I may get some PETG, because PETG has a higher flash point than PLA, and it's more durable. It's not that much more expensive. It's just slightly more of a pain in the ass than PLA as a material. So I think I will print in PETG on my first one. Although I couldn't really find any silk PETGs. It was mostly PLAs. Although there was a couple silk PETGs I think I found. But what I got here? Oh, I am full. But yeah, that's my goal, is to get a 3D printer and print dumb shit, and maybe even stream it. I want to do some like streams, like maybe I'll get like a second camera and just have it on my printer. Maybe do like a stream of just having it pointed at the printer and just, I don't know, let it go for a day or something, just so people can just sit there the whole time and watch the print. And hell, I'd even be able to go to my own stream and look at the printing process. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be fun. Like, or maybe I could do like, you know, votes on what I should print or something. I mean, that sounds fun. I mean, hell, I can even get several printers. I'm getting like 1,400 back, so like, there's some printers that are only like 180. So I get 3. I can get one really good one and two other ones. I don't know where the hell I'd put them, but I could buy them at least. It would improve production, because I eventually want to build something like, I don't know, a Star Wars cosplay or something. Probably print it in PETG. Couldn't really do ABS. ABS is, I mean, I could, but you kind of need like an enclosure, you know, where it keeps the temperature pretty consistently hot, and it also spews out toxic chemicals. So I would need an enclosure anyway for ABS, and what's enclosure? I think it's like $70-80 for like a fireproof enclosure, which I may get anyway, just for safety. And I suppose I can get like a long tube and have it go out the balcony outdoors. I think that'd probably be fine. The cool thing about ABS though is ABS is a lot more durable, and it's got some give to it, but I would pretty much have to print at like the full 300 degrees C as well. Like 300 degrees Celsius, very hot. And yeah, of course the toxic chemicals, it spews out a whole bunch of very nasty shit. And it's smelly. But like, why would you want to print in something that is toxic, smells terrible, and is an absolute bitch to print? Well, you get something that's incredibly strong, will last a very long time. And like won't break on you. I think you can like hit ABS with a hammer and it just kind of laughs at you. So it's very strong material. If you wore like a full suit of ABS and someone hit you with a baseball bat, you'd probably still feel it, but it ain't doing anything to the material. So, very good stuff. You could probably print the bottom of a shoe with ABS and use it for a while. You know, strong shit. But like the S1 Pro, the Creality Ender 3 S1 Pro can do ABS, so like maybe I might delve into that. I don't know what I would need to print an ABS though. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos on 3D printing, and I think I've seen every video that currently exists on the internet about the S1 Pro. I don't know if it's too new or if they was like pre-production units or what, but I can't find more than like 10 videos on the S1 Pro. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely. It's like, and people would probably be like, "Hey, you could get like a PS5 for that." Yeah, I could, but I'm not really feeling the PS5 right now. It's like I got a Series X. You know, it's like, and what would the PS5 give me? A couple exclusives? Sure. Exclusives that'll come to PC probably later, like by the next year, that I have a system that's good enough to play. Also, I let my PS Plus run out. And I really haven't been regretting that because I haven't been using it. And another thing is the PlayStation Plus expansion thing that they got coming. Seems to be a total wash. All the classic games that they're releasing, like the PlayStation 1 classics. I think it's like what, Wild Arms and Jumping Jack Flash and Siphon Filter and Ape Escape and a couple others. They're all the PAL versions, which means they run at 50 FPS, which is not their intended frame rate. So they all run slower, and they got like weird technical quirks. They don't run quite right because they weren't built to run at 50. They were just kind of mashed and modded to run at 50. Yeah, so it's very peculiar. Apparently Sony did this with the PlayStation Classic as well. That little console, PlayStation Mini console that they put out. And everyone unanimously bitched to them about it. They'd be like, hey, you got the shit versions of these games. What are you doing? Why? And apparently Sony didn't listen. So, whatever. And then they did it again They did it again. It's like I don't understand the reasoning behind that. It's the term spit in like person's face gets thrown around a lot, but they really did. It's like literally the worst versions of those games. No offense, Europe, but like an NTSC game that was made for that was has a PAL version is inferior. Now if it was made and built on PAL first, then fine. Then that means the NTSC ones would run a little faster or had bugs and quirks. But no, all the games there were Japanese or US ones. Which means they're not built to run on PAL, which means they run like shit. And like with Ape Escape in general, it's like there's actually loss of animation when a character runs around. Because they actually had to cut the animation down. It was like... It is objectively the worst versions of those games. And why PAL? Some have speculated that they chose PAL because a lot of PAL games had a whole bunch of were forced to have multiple languages on it, and that means that they could have one version of a game that had more languages built in. Because most PAL games were forced to have like French, like European, United States, and all the languages that they spoke over there. Is like 5 or 6. That was like a standard that they had to do. And some people are speculating that's why. That's super lazy one, and why couldn't they just have both versions? You know what I mean? Very dumb, very weird. Doesn't make any sense. I think I'm probably gonna end it here. Man, I went on a big rant. But yeah, the PlayStation Plus expansion thing looks to be pretty stupid. All the PS2 games are nothing but the PS4 ports. But like they are already sold, so they're not releasing anything new. The one PSP game, which was like Echo Chrome, looked to run okay, but it's Echo Chrome, and it was like a small downloadable thing. It's like, put God of War on there. It's like they had God of War as a PSP remaster on the PS3. So it's like, and on top of that, the PS3 could play all PlayStation 1 games. All versions of the PS3 can play PlayStation 1. I don't know if people even know that. People think it's like, oh no, they got rid of it. No, they got rid of the PS2 emulation. But if you have a PS3, any PS3, I got the Super Slim, like the latest one that they like, the last release that they came out with the PS3. Still plays PS1 games. Like every PlayStation 3 on the market can play PlayStation 1 games. It does it all through emulation, and it does it just fine. They did get rid of PS2 though, very quickly. So only a very small amount of PS3s can play PS2 games. Very tiny amount. But all of them can play PS1. And you can just pop in a damn disc and it'll work. Hell, even on the Xbox Series X, you can pop in a bunch of original Xbox games and it'll download the game. But you can play them in 4K, 60 FPS. because they did some weird magic on the back end, and the game's actually upscaled natively. So like Morrowind, like for instance, Morrowind, which was hard capped at 30 FPS, runs at 60 somehow without breaking. They did some weird technical wizardry on the back end. That's not just an emulation trick. They actually like did things that would be closer to like an FPGA sort of situation, where that's kind of bonkers, right? It's the fact that the Morrowind on Xbox Series X runs better natively than a PC version with mods. Definitely got some smart people who made all those emulators, because they're doing the same thing as Nintendo, where everyone on here, like all these three here, all four, every game pretty much has its own version of the emulator when it launches. It's like basically it uses the same emulator, but it like every game has its own settings attached to it in order to tell the emulator how to run it. Which is how Ocarina of Time got those patches, right? They updated the whole console or the whole app in order to do that, because the game would have new settings. So that's how that works. The PlayStation Classic thing, however, is not really like that. Each one is like its own executable. I don't know. I just think the whole PlayStation thing is dumb, and they even came out and said they wouldn't do day one releases like the Xbox Game Pass because they feel it would ruin their market. So clearly they don't care. So yeah, that's my rant on that. So I think Sony's gonna shoot themselves in the dick with that, and no one's gonna care about the expansion pass, and maybe they're gonna like disband it or make it like its own thing, or I don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.